Episode 35. To Han Li's utter bewilderment, the other party pointed out that Tianu was a soulless corpse person whose original true soul had long since reincarnated. There was no need for Han Li to grieve. This left Han Li completely baffled.
Do I really look like someone with deep feelings?
But even putting the poisoning aside, it would be a lie to say Han Li wasn't tempted by such a huge fortune. He had always been sensitive to money, so the deal Dr. Mo had proposed before his death intrigued him greatly. As for marrying Dr. Mo's daughter, the thought stirred a strange, fluttery feeling in Han Li's heart, now at that age where such things first begin to bloom. After all, judging by Dr. Mo's original appearance, his daughter couldn't possibly be ugly. But the risks involved are no small matter. One wrong move, and you could lose your life. An enemy Dr. Mo considered a worthy opponent. That's not someone you can handle easily. Dr. Mo, who had arranged his affairs with airtight precision, used a series of interlocking traps, his own life, a beautiful woman, and immense wealth to inextricably bind Han Li's fate to the safety of his wife and daughter. It seems Han Li has no choice but to swallow this honey-coated poison pill.
Whether to make this deal, I'll decide later if I truly can't find a cure for the poison.
He glanced at the giant outside the hut. The strange final words in the will came to mind, sparking a flicker of curiosity within him. He decided to study the method for controlling the giant. Han Li crouched down and fished out a small brass bell from the pile of items. The bell was small enough to fit perfectly in the palm of one's hand, but it was crafted with exquisite restriction, clearly the work of a master artisan. The only thing that set it apart from an ordinary bell were a few faint, blood-red streaks faintly visible on its surface, making them stand out starkly. Han Li examined the magic tool called the soul-guiding bell carefully, but he really couldn't see what made it so special.
According to the letter, this thing can actually subdue a monster as terrifying as that giant. It's truly incredible.
Han Li held the small bell in his left hand and picked up a dagger with his right. He carefully stepped out of the stone door and began a slow, wary approach toward the giant. When he was still over 20 feet from the giant, Han Li stopped, unwilling to get any closer in case of an unexpected attack. At this moment, the giant man stood with his back to Han Li, rigidly upright.
This sound doesn't seem any different from an ordinary bell chime. This can subdue the giant?
He wavered internally several times, his body sinking slightly lower, ready to bolt back to the stone hut at the first sign of trouble. At the sound of the bell, the giant man's shoulders twitched slightly, as if he was reacting. Han Li's heart leapt with hope. The bell tolled again and again. The giant's body began to tremble, his steps grew unsteady, and finally, he could no longer keep his balance. He pitched forward and crashed to the ground, completely unconscious. Han Li lunged at the fallen giant, tearing the hood from his head. He revealed a swollen, grotesque face that sent a chill straight down Han Li's spine. Han Li forced down the wave of nausea, not daring to look any closer. He quickly used the dagger to make a light cut on his own wrist, letting the blood drip onto the giant's face. He kept at it until the entire massive visage was smeared full. Only then did Han Li press on the wound, deftly find a clean strip of cloth from his person, and bind it over the cut to stop the bleeding. Then he stood calmly to the side, watching for the giant's reaction. Something strange happened. All that blood slowly seeped into the giant's skin, not a single drop left behind. Once the blood was fully absorbed, the giant man opened his eyes and slowly rose to his feet. His expression was wooden, his eyes vacant, showing not a trace of emotion. But when the giant man turned his head and his gaze met Han Li's, Han Li felt his mind buzz. A strange yet familiar emotion surfaced in his heart, as if something foreign had suddenly taken root deep within him. It was like a loyal, well-trained puppy circling Han Li with affectionate whimpers. Han Li was startled, but he quickly composed himself. He saw the giant's rigid expression had vanished, replaced now with a look of complete submission. It gave Han Li a strange, wonderful feeling that he held absolute power over the man's life and death. Suppressing his inner delight, Han Li issued a test command to the giant in a low voice.
Go on, tear that stone door down.
The giant said nothing. He took a few massive strides to the stone door, raised his two clenched fists high, and swung them like a great iron hammer. In 3 or 5 blows, he smashed it to rubble. Then, like a whirlwind, he returned to Han Li's side, awaiting his next command.
With such a powerful enforcer at my beck and call, what do I have to fear from ordinary dangers?
Han Li's mind raced with visions of his future life, his eager gaze never leaving the giant man. The more he looked at the giant man, the more pleased he became. The face he'd once found far too ugly now seemed perfectly agreeable, even strangely familiar.
Familiar? How could this ugly face I've never seen before feel familiar to me?
Driven by this question, Han Li began to scrutinize the giant's features, searching for the reason. Gradually, he realized that if he mentally restored the giant man's somewhat swollen features to their original state, shrunk them all down a size, and pieced them back together, the face wasn't actually ugly at all. It was even rather honest-looking, a face that felt intensely familiar to Han Li. Han Li's face paled. He remained silent for a long while, then slowly raised both hands and began to gently stroke the giant man's face.
Brother Zhang, is it really you?
The reassembled face bore a striking resemblance to his long-missing friend Zhang Ti. Combined with the cryptic words Dr. Mo had left behind, Han Li was now 90% certain this giant had a deep connection to Zhang Ti. Could it truly be, as the letter said, that this giant before him was merely the empty shell of Zhang Ti, his soul long gone? But why has his body grown so large and terrifying? Han Li's fingers felt the giant's cold skin, and he stared into those dull, lifeless eyes. He was piecing together everything that must have happened to Zhang Ti.
It must have been Dr. Mo and Yu Zitong. They approached Zhang Ti after he'd made some progress with the elephant armor technique, then faked his disappearance. They fooled the eyes and ears of the Seven Mysteries sect. In the shadows, they used some kind of magic to strip Zhang Ti of his very soul and twisted his body into this monstrous form. No mistake. It's very similar to the tendencies of the Iron Mantis art.
Han Li's guess was spot on. Back then, Dr. Mo had a sudden inspiration. He planned to combine the elephant armor technique with the corpse refining art provided by Yu Zitong, aiming to create a batch of obedient, powerful corpsemen to sweep through the martial world. But in such a short time, he had only managed to complete this one giant. Dr. Mo treated it as a priceless treasure. He normally kept it hidden in a secret location down the mountain, and only brought it back with him on his last return. But Yu Zitong had absolutely no interest in such a half-baked corpse puppet, and even sneered at it. Back when his Dharma body was still intact, he had countless ways to subdue this kind of thing. Compared to a true cultivator's high-grade iron armor corpse, this puppet's power was far inferior. It could only throw its weight around in the mortal world. Its only real advantage is that it's simple to make, requiring basic materials and minimal magic power to craft. After a long moment, Han Li suddenly withdrew his hand from the giant man's face. He shifted his uneasy gaze away, staring at the broken stone door. In that instant, he felt a chill in his heart. It wasn't the coldness of sympathy for Zhang Ti's tragic fate, but a disquieting unease at his own profound indifference. He had thought that upon learning of his friend's tragic fate, he would be furious, shouting the names of Mo Juren and Yu Zitong with a voice full of hatred and rage. But in reality, he felt only a slight pang of melancholy, with no great surge of emotion or rage. It was as if the one who had fallen into this wretched state wasn't his former friend Zhang Ti, but a complete stranger.
Is it because I know this Zhang Ti is just an empty shell, not the real person? Or has my heart truly grown this cold and callous?
This selfish, cold-blooded display even frightened Han Li himself. Only now did he realize how much he had changed, how unrecognizable he had become. Han Li cast a complicated look at the giant man, unsure what to call him. Remembering Dr. Mo's lost soul and the claim that he was now a walking corpse, Han Li raised his hand toward the sky and spoke.
Brother Zhang, I imagine you've already been reincarnated. Since your mortal shell is of no further use, please allow me to borrow it. I will use it with the utmost care, and I hope you won't hold it against me.
Having said this prayer-like speech, Han Li felt a bit more at ease, as if he'd hypnotized himself.
Since you're the body Brother Zhang left behind, with no soul of your own, I'll call you Driven Soul. May you lend me your strength in the days to come.
At Han Li's words, the giant man stood there, dumb and unmoving, maintaining its usual look of subservience but showing no other reaction. It really doesn't have any independent will. It can only passively follow orders.
I'm such an idiot, talking to a mindless husk like this. All right, Soul Driver, follow me.
Han Li had completely recovered from his low spirits, his expression now normal as if nothing had ever happened. It seems he truly had become as he believed, exceptionally ruthless and rational, no longer easily troubled by emotion. For Han Li, who was about to embark on the path of a cultivator, was this astonishing transformation a blessing or a curse? Han Li spent the better part of the morning meticulously tying up all the loose ends behind the mountain. He not only had to bury Dr. Mo's body properly, but also had to destroy and discard every last item remaining in the stone hut. He even ordered the soul-driving puppet to smash the entire hut to pieces, tearing it down until it was a scattered wreck, completely unrecognizable from its original form. Only then was he willing to stop. After all that work, evening had fallen, and the sun was beginning to set.